are going to be digging up some stuff here. We got half the road dug up, and we got kids up here. The ladies just went up here. BOGette and Barry. We had a wonderful lunch yesterday with Anne Marie. Didn't see the kitties. Sorry, Anne Marie. We should have stopped to see the kitties. We had a wonderful lunch at the Rise and Shine Cafe in the Westcott neighborhood in Syracuse. And we got two beautiful, where they belong, finally. It's so funny how these guys are gravitating back over here. They're on the Fernow railing.
3 weeks to get here.
Miracle of miracles. Yeah, 3 weeks. Well, it's not quite 3 weeks, but 18 days to get here. It is day 18 and we're on the Fernow railing. Hello, kids. They say we don't like it with all the noise. Turn chat off for a second. I just want to get a beautiful scap of these guys. So if you guys get a chance, check out yesterday's really nice videos from SU. It feels like we're gonna get a little bit of rain here. Not rain, but hello. Yes, you guys are dolls. These kids are dolls.
And you can really see how much bigger she is than me.
Oh yeah. Look at the size of her crop. His crop. Oh my God. They're huge. Well, not huge, but they're there. Let's put it that way. They went to the Rise and Shine Cafe this morning and got the Big Daddy. If you ever get a chance to go to the Rise and Shine Cafe, it's like unbelievable. I will be eating my Rise and Shine lunch for a week. Yesterday, when they brought that thing out, it was like, you got to be kidding me.
They said it was big.
They said it was big. I said I wanted something big, and that's the first time I've ever been to a restaurant where I've said I'm hungry. I want your largest entree. And actually got the largest entree.
And it was large.
And it was what?
Large.
And it was large. I don't think anybody I know, including Captain Keys, could have eaten that in one setting. No, I don't think so. All right, so it is day 18 today. I'm waiting for these guys to turn so that they are both facing me. If possible, I'd like to get a beautiful scap of them. Otherwise, I'll rely on birdie, but I don't want to have to do that. Just- She's got her gizmos and gadgets. BOGette has her.
Feeling better.
I think I'm a little bit. And one of them turns, the other one turns the other way. Come on, yo, you guys. I'm gonna twiddle my fingers over here. All right, so it's day 18, and they are finally on the Fernow railing together. Oh, that is cute. So cute. Oh, she says, "I love you. You're my brother." When they turn their
Upside down.
heads upside down, looking at each other and stuff like that, it's like, I love you. I'm so happy that we were in the same nest together. Good morning. All right. Good morning, Danny. Huzzah. And Noelle. Hi. And Freezy Baby. Good morning, Charlotte. And Noelle. It's 6:06 in Chicago. Yes, I did. Got the Big Daddy pancake wrap. Noelle was asking. They do, Birdie. But it took them a little. Birdie said they always wind up on this railing. And I said, yes, they do, but
But it's usually a lot earlier.
a lot earlier. It doesn't take 18 days for them to get here. And we're very, very happy that they are here. So last evening, we just did a quick X post to show that the kids were back on the lower level, on the ground floor, and a little mezzanine level of the Heidi Play Pine, which is where they were yesterday morning, hiding away from the construction. And last night when the storm came through, Barry and I came over to check on them because it was quite a squall line. And we were like mega fortunate that there was like no really sustained winds, even though it's forecasted 60-mile-an-hour
Yeah.
gusts and stuff like that, right? Didn't get it here, which was awesome. There was a little bit of wind when we came out of campus. People were getting blowed around a little bit, but I think the wind kind of like passed north of us. Anyway, Mom had the kids on the ground and on the lowest branch of the Heidi Play Pine, and they had prey. One of them had prey on the ground. Was it a squirrel?
It looked like it.
Yes. So Barry's gonna see if there's anything left there, but basically, she had them tucked underneath the pine there, so they were going to be totally safe, even if there was wind. Plus, there's Bradfield, which is a big windscreen here, if you're on the right side of it, obviously, and then Mom and Dad were floating around. It was amazing. Mom she would just cruise by, making sure, and then Dad appeared, and then they circled together low over the slope here, north of Fernow and Bruckner. And so they had their eyes on those kids. And the crane was down, and there are a couple of workers still buttoning some stuff up. there on the construction site. So that was good, and we posted a little shot, a wide angle shot of them. We didn't get too close. We didn't want them to like move out from there. So that was good. And then this morning, they are sitting beautifully over there on the Fernow Patio Railing. And way down there across the road is the construction, and we're just amazed that they are. Yesterday morning they were under there, and I'm not sure that they might have. I'd have to ask Jake if they actually made it into construction. Possible, but when we left them yesterday morning, they had not gone there. We had 023 was here in the prey tree, and 01 was up on the patio. And then, like I said last evening, we had them under that little Heidi play pine. It's actually the Heidi / play pine, and it's been renamed because of these guys, because they play under it a lot, and they're hiding in there yesterday morning, and they were in there last night. So that's their little Heidi spot. So you got to keep it between us, though. And now they're over here. So construction guys, the crane, is it up or down?
It's up.
All right, so the crane is up again. It was down last evening, like I said. And they just made a delivery of what looks like cross members on the truck. And they delivered another truss.
You can barely see the top of it because it's up in the
Oh,
fog.
that's why I was wondering what's going on. Okay, yeah, it's so the crane is hidden. Top of the crane, or most of it, is hidden in the clouds, in the fog. Yeah, so they got another. I don't think they didn't actually put up the rest of the truss, did they? Okay, so either yesterday or this morning, but probably yesterday, they did actually get up the other half of truss number 8. We didn't get to see that. I still haven't seen them. Still have not seen the whole thing yet, how they assemble and put the thing up there. But in any event, it's there. And
You'd have to sit here all day to see that.
I might do that sometime. Just to see it done. So anyway, they got truss 9 got delivered yesterday on the flatbed, and I think they probably craned that off and stacked it. And then the cross members started arriving this morning to finish out the south side of 7 and 8. And we've got our kids safely over here. And they look a little sleepy. You can definitely see the difference between 01 on the left and 023 on the right. Alright, so let us see what's going on with you guys. I said hi, good morning, morning Baby, morning Birdie, morning Charlotte, morning Noelle, morning Danny. She was the first on. Very, 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 very early for Charlotte. It is extremely foggy here now. Good morning, Chirps. Good morning, Lana. Morning, Schnook. Well, maybe. I don't think so. I'm not sure. Yes, it did, Birdie. It got placed. Good morning, Tank. Hi, Jackie. How are you? All right. Well, hope that all goes super smooth for you. Chirps. You're welcome. And best this morning. All right. Let's see how many different little hawklet poses we can do. I'm going to send Jake an update. Let him know. Okay. So, no, we did not see. Oh, wait. Did we see the kiddos arrive at the railing, or were they already there when you arrived? They were already here. So, we're assuming that they spent the night in their little Heidi play pine. And because they had a squirrel from mom and dad last evening. And I doubt they would have been moving too much around because the storm was coming through and there was a lot of lightning and all that kind of stuff. No, not much wind at all, but just a lot of significant to heavy rain. And again, we had a lot of lightning come through the area. So, and since they had a squirrel there, and probably only one of them had eaten it yet at that point when we were here, when Barry and I were here then, I would say they probably stayed there, and here they were when we got here. the ladies walked up the path, and lo and behold, there were these two beautiful kids. Yeah. And sorry.
Well, you didn't mean to.
Now what happens is you have to press these two buttons simultaneously.
Yeah.
And sometimes I only press the like, not the power off button, but the lock button.
Yeah.
So then it disconnects YouTube for a second, and then when you come back on, it goes, oh, you're live again. But in the meantime, people have like spinniness for a few seconds.
Yeah, we don't.
And you guys some people are very sensitive to the spinniness.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It's like, aren't they beautiful this morning?
Just hanging out.
Yeah. Just hanging out. Just hanging out. Yes. Just hanging out. Yeah. So this is Mr. Muddy Tail on the right and Big Sis on the left. I could use a little bit of brekkie, come to think of it. Good morning, Ann. So the crane, yeah, it's kind of a pretty sound, actually.
Yeah,
It's not
annoying.
It's not annoying. It's actually that's the crane doing its thing. I don't think it does that when they are lifting the crane up, because it's already up. I think it's morning.
This is when it's moving.
Yes, morning. It's when it's moving from side to side a bit, spinning. And our fog is starting to drizzle.
Yeah, it's
Coalescing, condensing. It's
and coming down.
yes. My dad said it's spitting on us.
But it's lifting.
Yeah, I guess so. But one's a little bit closer to us. Well, one, meaning 023, 023. I've now been chastised by Anne Marie that it should be 023, not 23.
There's our favorite car.
There's our favorite. Is that the same one? No, it's a different one. There's a car that loves to like park right next to us there. You can see from the bus. I was busy getting ready and catching the bus. Is the green roof actually green this year? It is. It is gloriously green. Oh, well, yes. You might be able to actually see the green roof from the bus. Good morning, Sunny. All right, well, I'm glad you hopped on today with us. That's great. Good morning, Care. So if you want to know where their feet are on the Fernow Patio Railing. It's kind of cute picture. Little talons. All right, so I guess we won't be surprised. So there are steel. Right. So yesterday, while we were gone, they cut up half of Tower Road across the excavation, and they got 3 steel plates along there. Now they're bringing in. They've got the backhoe still over here, and now they're bringing in a bucket loader, bulldozer, not a bulldozer. It's a bucket loader, front end loader. I don't know where you're going. It's coming in here somewhere, and looks to me like I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna. They got is that an asphalt saw down there?
Probably.
A little digger. They got the little digger. Yeah. So these guys are not paying no never mind, as it were. They are away from all the hubbub. They're over there on the railing of the Fernow patio, and there's Bruckner. Here are the beautiful Fernow pines and the picnic table. And we've had them a little bit in the Fernow pines. There's a little Heidi play pine. And there's...
That one must have been too small for...
Yeah. That ain't gonna do nothing. It's a little move around little things kind of a deal. There's the ginkgo, here's the prey tree, there's the anberry.
Good morning.
And there's the generators over there, and that's Bradfield, and the site's over there. And the crane's in the air and you can't see it. It's literally hidden in the clouds up there. And the kids are over here. And we're getting somewhat damp. Well, hello, you two. So a quick recap of last evening. We got over here before the storm, where the rains hit and stuff like that, and found the kids underneath the little Heidi play pine, and there was a squirrel there on the ground. One of them was eating it, the other one was tucked up inside on the very, very, very lowest branch, about 6 inches above the ground, and they were safe and sound there. And Mom was floating by here between them and Rice and Bruckner, and then Dad joined her, and they floated low just north of the buildings here over the slope, and so they knew exactly where their babes were. So I did a little quick post on the X with that update. And I'm suspecting that they probably spent the morning or the night there, and they've come out to play. So they're going to be working over here on connecting the excavation across Tower Road. So there's 3 metal steel plates across part of the road already. They dug that out and excavated it yesterday. So they'll be working their way across the road. And Barry and I just looked a few minutes ago. Truss number 8 is connected. So the south half of the vertical is up and the horizontal is across, and now they need to just basically do the cross bracing there. And these guys are not paying attention at all. I don't know whether or not I texted Jake and gave him a little update, and so he may let me know whether or not they were over at the construction site at all yesterday. And if they weren't, that is great. It's great that Mom took them 01 and actually tried to get 23 to get up onto the patio yesterday to get prey, as opposed to dropping it on the truss towers. So somebody is leading the charge, either Mom or Dad or both of them, to keep them over here, which is really nice. And Barry's going over to check out the what's happening at construction. I'm guessing today they'll put in the cross members, and then because a bunch of those got delivered this morning on the flatbeds, and they've got truss 9, both parts stacked. That arrived yesterday. I don't know if they have the verticals or not, but probably. And we had a nice time yesterday up in Syracuse, so you should check out the videos. We had a nice tour. We started up at Krause College, up on the northwest prominence of the main campus, which overlooks the hospital complex down below, and then you have a good view of downtown. And from there we spotted OR4, also now known as Reggie, and his sister OR5 is named Judy. So Reginald and Judith. So Reggie and Judy are their nom de plumes. In this case, it's not a pen name, it's a feather name. Reggie and Judy is their nom de plumes. It works out pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I just thought of that. Anywho, so that's 01 on the left, and that's 23 on the right, just to be clear. So we spotted him there on down the slope from Krause and on Newhouse School of Communication, and then we did a tour along the ridge, along the north portion of the campus, which is beautiful. By the way, if you ever get a chance to go to Syracuse campus, do so. It's a gorgeous campus. So we went past Maxwell School of Citizenship and Tolly, which is an administrative building, and then Hall of Languages, which is a gorgeous, the second oldest building on campus next to the observatory. And then, so it's essentially the first building on campus that was dedicated to instruction or anything other than observatory. And then we went further east past Smith Hall, which is one of my favorite. It's the California style building. And then we Machinery Hall and formerly Applied Sciences. And then we came upon Lyman Hall, which is at the northeast corner of the campus, and that is where the original nest was for the SU Hawks, and where the newest nest again, the revitalization under Orrin and Ruth. And so we did a spin around there, and then we spun around that building, and then came back through the quad and stuff like that, and past the chapel, and then back up to our car by Kraus. And that was our little tour there. So we got a chance to see Reggie and the nests. And then we went over and we found Sarah and Jesse's nest up in the pine, and we saw Pete and Rose, their kids. And Rose was getting we saw Pete first. He took off, and he came back. He came back with his sister. His sister got the prey drop in the nest, and he was in a nearby tree, and so that was nice. And then on that same stream, we went over to see Cliff and Ansley's nest over the athletic area. And we saw the two nests, the original one that I remember, and then the new one for this year, where the cam is. And it was mega hot when we were there. Mega hot. Definitely in the 90s, just the temperature. And so off stream, just as we stopped the YouTube, then Cliff appeared circling, and Kyle, who's named after Kyle McCord, last year's quarterback there at SU on the football team, he appeared vocally up the hillside on the trees yelling at Dad. So we didn't actually lay eyes on him while we were there, but we saw Dad. And then Anne-Marie treated us to lunch, which was lovely, at the Rise and Shine Cafe. And Anne-Marie had a build-it-yourself omelet, and Aunt Barry, had a shrimp po' boy Eggs Benedict. It seemed to have more like was it a spicy hollandaise? Oh, it was like a Creole hollandaise sauce on there. So that was excellent. She actually wanted the fritter, the hot dog fritter, or whatever.
Brunch dog.
The brunch dog. That's right, the brunch dog. But they didn't have any. They ran out of the bacon marmalade or something. Bacon jam to put on there. So they refused to serve it to her. So she had to make a new choice. So, by the way, absolutely wonderful staff, lovely place, and little place. So be looking for a Rise and Shiny coming to your area soon, because the menu is spectacular and the portions are enormous. And so anywho, we did that, and we didn't see the kitties because lunch actually went. It was a significant period of time there, and I had the Big Daddy, which was the breakfast wrap,
which is larger than his head.
It was about the size of It's like it was like a small rug rolled up.
Yes.
If you took a carpet or something like that and you rolled it up, then it was about the size
That's what I wanted.
about the size of the carpet on my plate. And the pancakes on somebody else's plate were the size of car tires. So you get your money's worth there at the Rise and Shine, for sure. So if you're looking for where that is, that's in the Westcott neighborhood there, east of campus. A couple of blocks, 2 or 3 blocks east, and then around the corner, kind of a deal. Morning, Deborah. We got sister and brother. We do. In May, we were nearby, but too busy getting a rotating tour of Upstate Hospital. Ah. Yes, it was Charlotte. We said we were at SU. Charlotte? Pay attention. Oh, no, they didn't sleep on the railing here, guys. No. So Charlotte says, good morning, Ann Barry.
Hi, Charlotte.
No. We suspect that they spent the night not on the railing. Because they had some dinner prey last evening. We suspect that they spent the night tucked away happily. Alright, so I'm going to, you guys hang on to watching these guys, and I'm going to take the camera down quick to show the construction site, just for fun. Alright. Well, we're going to go down this way quick. Just make a little loop. And that's what they're going to be doing there. It looks like they're going to be ripping. I see. So they've moved the steel plates. What have they done? It's like they've maybe there's a backhoe. And yesterday morning they were doing a lot of down in the parking lot. There was a big cloud of dust. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday is Monday, so it had to be yesterday. There was a cloud of dust when we had the kids over at the railings, and they were cutting asphalt in the parking lot. So we got some portable lighting here. Interesting. That tells you something. And we got a front end loader. They got the steel plates, so they probably cut out and excavated there, and then they'll be working their way across the street over here. They dug this up here, and they got some guys working there. Morning, how are you? And they'll be connecting over here through the sidewalk here and connecting here, which then goes that way and over to the building. So that's what's going to be happening there. So they'll be marching their way across the street, excavating. And here's our crane. It's starting to clear, so you can see the crane. Not as many guys here this morning. I think they're mostly focusing on Let's work on the east end of the building. There's a little bit of work happening inside the footprint, but not. I don't see. A couple of the lift trucks are up. So here's another excavation here with some interesting pipes. That looks more like cabling, networking, that kind of a deal, as opposed to that first excavation. There's a huge water main there. Could be lake source cooling, who knows what it is, as opposed to drinking water. There's the crane. You can see it started out over that end. You can see the railroad ties are still there, so there's a whole stretch of double layer or double set of railroad ties side by side, and that's where the crane is walking back and forth on it. It's up there, and you can see they got the south half of truss 8 in, and they're already got a ton of the cross members in the roof in place. So that's what the guys are working on there. That was pretty quick work. Yeah, once they get going on these things, they move along. So there is the truck there that had the more cross members, and so they're going to be using that to finish out the roof, and then also do the south wall between truss 7 and 8. So they're unloading them with a forklift, a big one. And morning, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. So we still have truss towers 9, 10, and 11 to go. Okay, this is actually a pretty good view here. So you can see them unloading cross pieces, smaller pieces of steel. It looks like actually way across the way there beyond, it looked like there's a couple of verticals laying there ready to go here into this slot there, and on the other side for truss 9. And there we go. All right. So there's the two parts of truss 9 laying side by side. So those are the parts that span the roof. So they'll attach attachments on them like we had before. And actually the first prey drop that we had this season in the construction site was Mom dropping a squirrel right on top of one of those trusses there while it was on the ground. So you can see there's 3 more towers, and you can see that the guys are up there with the lift trucks putting the cross pieces, and then they'll do some welding, and then they'll do the cross pieces down below. It's interesting that this time around they're actually doing they're doing the roof parts, seems like, sooner than they do the south wall. Usually they do the drop stuff onto the south wall. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, it doesn't matter. They're buttoning that one up and getting ready to do the next one. So once they drop and do 11, then they'll box it out. Like I said before 1,000,000 times, they'll box it out to the west end of the footprint. They'll go out to the corner and then along the side and fill in the corner and stuff like that. So that'll be the last truss actual on the building. All right, back to our kids. So you can see they got a lot of lift trucks working around in there, doing the thing. Okay. I know it interests me and maybe a couple of you. So anyway, a 5-minute excursion. And there are definitely more bikes to play with this morning. We've got 3 bikes instead of the usual 2. But I'm not sure they're gonna totally get there. So there you have it. Check what time it is. All right, 7:53. That's your morning update. All right, so here's our morning quiz question.
Okay.
For the folks who are on chat, on stream. What's missing in this picture? All right. You can phone a friend if you need to. Oh my God, they're so cute.
They're so beautiful.
Yes, they're beautiful. Well, the construction guys are pretty cool about all this. I mean, there's that guy again walking around in his shorts, in his dress shirt.
Oh,
Me. Yeah. Every morning he's out here with those 2 women. You are correct. Winter, winter chicken dinner. You got it, Noel. The coops. The coops are missing.
How much more equipment can arrive for one spot today?
We had a good time, Anne Marie. On the railing roof. Oh. I don't think you can see the railing roof from here. The railing. And tower railing all night. Oh, up on that railing. Got it. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I appreciate that care. Oh, hope she's okay, Danny. They're coordinating the dance of heavy machinery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little backhoe's there doing its thing,
Yeah.
and while the big backhoe rested,
Mm.
now the big backhoe's
What
out
was it?
there doing its thing. The little backhoe's
Backhoe.
resting.
Little backhoe is resting. That's cute. Big backhoe doing its thing. Little backhoe resting. And then the front end loader, of course, carried off the stuff wherever it needs to carry it off and dump it. And then
And now we have a dump truck
yeah,
back in its place. So
yeah. I suspect now the big backhoe is going to. I don't know what they're going to do actually, because the plates are still on the ground, on the road. So I'm not sure what there is to be excavated, because there's a guy down in the trench.
hard to say.
It is. All right, well, if we had a tower railing night spender or visitor this morning, then the two of them are here, and that's where we want them. We want them away, even though they are construction savvy to an extent. We like having them here.
They must be doing something on the other side of Brooklyn. All kinds of.
Yeah, they may be. Well, we were going to do that little exploration over there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, should we do that now?
Well,
Or we can do that after, when we're done streaming, have a look there. Anne-Barry's wondering about the proposed or the purported water feature thing there behind Atkinson, as to whether or not that area still seems to be like
underdeveloped.
under development. It's still a lingering project over there. Good morning.
Kids.
Yeah, you can see him here too if you want. You can take a picture if you want.
Oh, there's two of them.
There's two of them, yeah. That's 01 on the left and 023 on the right.
Oh, how
formerly
many?
known as 02.
How many are around here?
Well, there's just these two this year, and Mom and
Okay.
Dad. Their nest is over on
Yeah,
the tower.
yeah,
So
okay.
Just one of them passed during hatching.
Aww.
Didn't
Can I see
survive.
this?
That's why we call the one on the right 023, sort of like
Okay.
in honor of the other chicks.
Aw, that's nice.
Yeah, so he's a boy, the one on the right, and she's a big girl on the left.
Aww.
They're beautiful.
They
Is that
are.
the full size? Or they'll get
Oh yeah,
bigger?
yeah. No, that's full size.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
They're
They
so
won't-
big.
Yeah, they're big enough.
They're so beautiful.
Yeah, and they're just hanging out.
They are. They don't even care that you're here.
No, they've been construction site babies
Yeah.
pretty much since with the Day Fledge.
Yeah.
And so, like, for the last
They're
3
kind of used to it.
days, we're really happy that they're hanging out
Yeah. Yeah.
up here in the bike racks and the trees. And now, this is the first time, it's 18 days since they fledged. They've been 18. And it's the first time we've had them here on the patio,
Oh, that's great.
which is great.
They're just happy as clam.
They are. They're losing floofies.
Yeah. We're just like pulling them out.
Oh. And they're siblings. It's so cute.
They are. Yeah.
Do siblings bond?
Well, they bond when I mean, they certainly do when they're young like
Do
that.
they stay bonded, I guess?
No, they go their,
Like,
they
separate
typically
ways.
go their separate ways.
Oh, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad we walked
Gorgeous.
this way.
I
know,
right?
Yeah, we know more. I mean, the mortality rate is so high among them that it's hard to tell, what they do
Yeah.
beyond like the first winter and stuff like that. I mean, typically, if you have one of them or something like that to follow until the next spring and stuff, you feel
Yeah.
pretty lucky. You know what I mean?
So their mortality rate is like there?
Their mortality rate is like 60% of them don't make it through the first one. And
Oh.
stuff.
And that's like all birds. 80% don't make it past the first.
I didn't realize it was such a high percentage.
Yeah. Yeah, we lost both of them last year here on campus. Window strike and West Nile, like within a couple of days of each
Oh,
other.
wow, that's
So-
awful.
So we're just hoping these guys
Keep
are,
our fingers crossed for them.
these guys hang out.
Yes, be safe, little guys
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
girls. Thank you.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
have a good morning.
You too.
Talking to you.
Yes. Well, I guess sharing a little bit of reality there. But hopefully these guys are gonna pray that they beat the odds. Alright, we've got the beautiful O1 tail there, and let's come back here a little bit. Hello. No, we have not had any sighting of doodlehead for quite a while, and we think we saw a backyard girl. I don't know, within the last month, I believe. I have lost track of time. Well, I don't know. Last time we saw them last evening, they were under their little pine hiding from the storm with some squirrel. All we know about 023 is that he was here this morning with his sister. All right, Sure, Anne Marie.
Morning, Anne Marie.
Oh, thanks, Danny. You were looking for Doodlehead. A pretty. Oh, I didn't mean to get that. I missed it. All right.
anything good?
No, nothing. Well, another truck delivery of steel. All right. Well, where are they perched? They are perched here on the Fernow Patio Railing. Is where they are. And they were here when we got here this morning. Last evening when we left them, they were tucked under the pine tree. Morning.
Where are they?
Those are the red-tailed hawk chicks.
Wow.
And then the nest over here across the street.
Oh, spectacular. Can I take a photo of your photo?
Sure, of course you can.
And they just come out in the morning here?
Yeah, they've been hanging out here. It's like day 18 off the after Fledge.
Never know what you're going to find around here, do you?
Correct.
Wonderful. Thanks for sharing.
You bet. All right, so we have these kids. How do you? Hi. All right, let's go check. All right, kids, we're gonna go check on Olin. We are entering Fledge watch here, and gonna head home to work. All right, thanks for joining us this morning. You've got all the recaps, so you understand what's going on here. They're doing great. They're on the railing and they're nice and safe. All right, so you guys have a wonderful Tuesday, and we'll be seeing you soon.